BYJU'S exam prep. Welcome to your next class of the mini mock test series. I hope everybody is doing very well and tell me who has joined the session. So just like the last session, we have done the question based on the network theory and analog electronics. Today we are going to do the question based on control system and a signal system. So this is going to be a mock test series in which we are going to discuss questions of both the subjects. We will try to cover all the questions here, and I hope you have done the homework questions that I gave you in the last class. So let's see who has joined the session. Hello Durga. Let's everybody join the session and then we will start. Also bacho, while watching the video, either you are watching online or offline, share the session among your friends so that more and more students can join and watch this free initiative. Okay, so let's start. Let me introduce myself. My name is Shan Mudgal. I have a 7+ year of teaching experience. I am Tech Gold Medalist from NIT Allahabad, 7 times GATE qualified, and these are my area of expertise. So in the last class, what we have done, bacho, we have seen the question based on analog and networks. Okay, I guess from five questions we have done in the last class. Today we are going to do questions like 1 mark question, 2 mark question based on signal system and signal system and the control system. So let's everybody join the session and we will start. Now before that, let me give you one information, a very good information for you, that Rakesh sir is going to bring a very good session on your comprehensive 1-year plan to conquer your GATE 2025. So if you haven't started your preparation and if you are worried how you can prepare for the 2025 GATE exam, you can join this workshop. It's free for you all. You can register for it. The workshop is on 22nd November, correct, at 7:30 p.m. So don't forget to join this. Also guys, we are going to launch our scholarship test for the GATE examination. It's going to be up to 90% off on all our product. The test is going to be on 19th November, live between 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So don't forget, register for this test also. Okay, so let's everybody join the session and we will start. So this is the first question on your screen. This is the first question on your screen. Try to solve this question. This is the first question on your screen. Try to solve the question also. Tell me who has joined the session. Comment section batao. Tell me in a comment section who has joined the session. Okay, try to give answer for this question. ABCD. A periodic signal having a period of 8 seconds is defined in one of its time period as shown in below. The Fourier series of the signal generally consists of what? DC, cosine, sine, or we have other options also. Think about it. The Fourier series question. Good morning, about engineers. It's not morning, it's evening, it's afternoon. Good afternoon. So tell me, what is the answer for this question? It's easier question. It's going to be a 1 mark question for your GATE examination. We have given a signal having a period 8. We have to find out which type of components will be present in a Fourier series. You know, in a Fourier series, we have a DC term represented by A0. We have cosine term. Which is for AN, and the sine term which is which based on BN also. Sine term which based on BN. Okay, so try karo. No one? Let's see how to solve this question. See very carefully. This is, first of all, if you want to find out the particular answer, let's draw one more cycle. Of the signal. So this is 0 to 2. Then we have 4 to 8. The magnitude here is okay, -1 and 1. Magnitude is -1 or 1. If we draw the similar cycle here, it will be like this. If we draw a similar cycle here, it will be like this. Okay, it's a gap from 8. It will be -4. It will be -6, and here it will be -8. So the signal will be like this. Yes or no? So the signal will be like this. Now we have to find out in this particular question which term is going to be present here. First of all, if I talk about A0, A0 is equal to area divided by time period. If you see, here we have a positive area, here we have a negative area. So obviously total area is going to be 0. total area is going to be 0. So A naught is not going to be present here. Next, check in this particular concept. Is it an even signal or an odd signal? Is it an even signal or an odd signal? Think about it. Give me the answer. Is it an even signal or an odd signal? And from that you can give the answer easily. So obviously option A is not present. Option A is not present. Next, the signal is a half wave symmetric signal, bachcho. The signal is a half wave. Sorry, my fault. Here you can see the signal is a odd signal. Why? Because x of minus t is equal to minus of xt. The signal is a odd signal. So the correct answer is only odd harmonics. Only odd harmonics will be sorry, my fault. Or only odd sine harmonics will be present here. Only odd sine terms will be present here. Why there will be odd terms present here? Because we have a half wave symmetry also. So that's why. Simple question, 1 mark question. If you know the properties, you can give the answer easily. If you know the property, you can give the answer easily. Now try to solve next question. Again, it's good question. For an easier paper, it can come for 2 marks. For difficult paper, it can come for a 1 mark also. So a shifted ramp sequence is given as xn r n minus 2 minus r n plus 1 and so on. What will be the final value of the sequence xn? So in this question, we need to find out the final value. Okay, so think about it, how you can solve this question. If you know the property, because these wrong, because they are saying, let me show you. Signal is a half wave symmetry alone, but signal also have a odd symmetry, no? That's why. Signal also have a odd symmetry. That's why. So is it correct? Tell me, guys. Because I can see you are not. Most of the students are not clear, focused enough. Most of the students are not focused enough. Tell me, is this a signal a odd symmetry or not? Let me ask you this thing. Is this statement is right? Yes or no? You have to be more focused, guys, because if you are watching the class, you are investing your 1 hour time, so you don't need to waste your time there, na? So tell me, is this particular statement is correct? Ki signal is an odd signal. Think about it. Is this particular statement is correct? The signal is odd signal. Bachcho, understand one point clearly. Bachcho. Here you can see we have a signal from 0 to 2. Here we have a signal from 4 to 8. We have a signal here from 0 to 2. Let me check one thing. 4 to 6. My fault here. This is 4 to 6, and then we have a gap of 8. Okay, this is my fault. Let me correct this one. So this is 0. Then here I will have minus 2. Here I will have minus 2. Here we'll have minus 4. And this will be like this. Now tell me, is this an odd signal? Yes or no? It is not an odd signal. Okay? It is not an odd signal. A very, very important point. It is not an odd signal. But what is the point here? It is a half wave symmetric signal. If you shift this signal by half time period, you will get minus xt. If you shift this signal by half time period, you will get minus xt. So this is actually half wave symmetric signal. This is a half wave symmetric signal. Yes or no? So what is the answer for this question? Absolutely correct. Option D. The same thing I want to check from you. If you are watching the class, you should be more attentive. Guys. The answer is half wave symmetry, because this type of question, 1 mark question, you can't get wrong in these type of question. Okay, the odd signal is not here, or I can say there is no odd symmetricity, because x minus t is not equal to minus xt. You can check on at t equal to 1, and t equal to minus 1, you are getting a different values. Okay, correct. Next one. Simple question kaise? You know one thing, that r n minus a can be represented as n minus a un minus a. We are talking about the step signal. You can easily represent a ramp signal in a form of a step signal. So it means I can also represent xn in this form. Minus n minus 1 n minus 2 n plus 1 will be u n plus 1 minus 3 n minus 1 u n minus 1 plus 3 n minus 2 plus 3 n minus 2 plus 3 n minus 2 u n minus 2. The particular concept will be like this. You can represent this particular ramp signal into a step signal. You can represent the ramp signal into a step signal. Now I need to find out the value, or I can say the final value. Final means you have to put n tends to infinity. You have to put n tends to infinity. Is it correct? Tell me. Final value is n tends to infinity or something else? Think about it. Think about it. The final value is n tends to infinity or something else? Now understand this problem. Understand this problem first. If you talk about final value, at final value, all the step signals here have a value of 1. Means you are talking about for a large value of n. For a large value of n, all of these signals are actually equal to 1. So it comes like n minus 2 minus n plus 1 minus 3n minus 1 plus 3n minus 2. Right? Now from here, it will be n minus 2 minus n minus 1 minus 3n plus 3 plus 3n minus 6. So 3n cancel. It will cancel out. It left with minus 3 plus 3. Or you can check the calculation also. Minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 plus 3 cancel out. There is some calculation mistake here. I have done some calculation mistake or the options are wrong. Check the calculation mistake once. So we have n minus 2, we have n plus 1, we have 3 times of n minus 1, 3 times of n minus 2. Okay. So if un minus 1, 2 is become 1, so it become n minus 2 minus, there will be minus n plus 1, okay. 4 and then you have a 2 minus 2, okay, correct. It comes out to be minus 2, correct. Option D is the right answer. There was a calculation mistake. Option D is the minus 2, okay. Why? When you open this bracket, when you're talking about a final value of a sequence for the large value of n, see very carefully. First of all, you can write down the sequence like this. Now for the larger value of n, all of these step signals are actually 1. For example, what is un minus 2? Un minus 2 is what? This is, sorry, my fault. What is un minus 2? This is the this is the un minus 2. 2, 3, 4. This is the un minus 2. Yes or no? Similarly, if you want to draw un plus 1, what is un plus 1? Un plus 1 is like this. Un plus 1 is like this. This is un plus 1. So if you talk about the larger value of n, all of these step signal will become the magnitude 1 because the magnitude is constant here, the 1. So we will left with these coefficients only. N minus 2, n plus 1, 3n minus 1, 3n plus 2. Now when you open the bracket, solve it, you will get minus 2 as an answer. Okay. Got it? Next question. Simple question. Just we need to use few properties of impulse signal. Try to give the answer. Consider the interconnection of the 3 LTI system. Explain the second step, sir. Madam, second step is what? You are talking about this step? Are you talking about this step? Are you talking about this step? Are you talking about this step or any other step? Tell me. Because if you are talking about this step, what we have done, the step signal value is equal to 1. What is the step signal? What is the step signal? If I ask you un plus a, what is the step signal? It is equal to 1 when n is more than minus a, and it will be 0 when n is less than minus a. This is the particular form of step signal. So when we are talking about final value, when it means we are talking about the larger value of n. We are talking about the larger value of n. So when you're talking about the larger value of n, so bachcho, for a larger value of n, step signal is going to be 1. Yes, we can also solve it by graphical method. But if you form a graph, that will consume much amount of time. But yes, if you want to draw the graph, you can draw the graph also. Next, try to solve this question. We have given h1n, h2n. Try to solve this question. Consider the interconnection of system of LTI assume h1n is equal to un plus 2, h2n is equal to del n minus 2, and this. Then the impulse response of the overall system. Tell me what will happen when the two systems are connected in cascade. What will happen to their impulse response? What will happen to their impulse response if they are connected in cascade? Like in this question. What will happen to their impulse function if they are connecting to cascade? Think about it. Think about it. Convolution. Absolutely correct. Convolution. So we have to find out the convolution of h1n and h2n also. And then we have to solve this question. You have to find out the impulse response of overall system at n equal to 2. In S domain, okay, if you want to, in S domain, you know, because if you're going to a Laplace domain, then it should be in a time domain. But here we have a discrete domain, na? So you can either go to a Z domain or you can solve it in a discrete domain only. You know? For a S domain or Laplace domain, the signal must be in a time domain first. So Hn, the complete impulse, the complete response will be what? Convolution of these two. Convolution of these two. There will be a convolution h1 and convolve with h2 and convolution of these two signal minus h3n. Minus h3n. Why? Here you can see the plus and minus. Here you can see the plus and minus. So this is a complete, I can say the transfer, I can say the impulse response. So we have un plus 2. Un plus 2. We have un plus 2 convolve with del n minus 2. Convolve with del n minus 2. Minus, what is h3n? h3n is un minus 2. Un minus un minus 2. Okay. Now think about it, how you can do the convolution. Think about it, you are doing the convolution with a delta signal. Sorry, impulse signal. You are doing the calculation with an impulse signal. So how you will do the convolution? Anybody knows? Anybody knows? What is the convolution here? Think about it. Think about it. Simple, simple concept. Simple concept. Think about it. Remember the property of convolution. Remember the property of convolution. Same signal with a time shift. Same signal with a time shift. Okay, let me tell you a property here. Let me tell you a property here. For a signal xt, convolve with del n minus a. For a xt, convolve del n minus a, it become x a del n minus a. It become x a del n minus a. This is the convolution result. This is a convolution result. This is a convolution result. 0 or 4 is the answer. This is a convolution result. So here what will happen? It will be u. The shifting is done by minus 2. The shifting is done by minus 2. So it comes out to be 2 plus 2 del n minus un minus u of n minus 2. Minus u of n minus 2. So if you talk about minus 2, that comes out to be minus 1 plus 1. So del n is equal to 0, means there will be a del n, there will be u4. So it comes out to be 1. My fault. Wait a sec. It will be u4 del n minus 2. u4 del n minus 2. Here it will become u4 del n minus 2. Now this is the hn. This is the hn. We need to find out hn where? We need to find out hn where? At n equal to 2. So if you put n equal to 2, it comes out to be u4 del 0 minus, what will happen here? It will be 1 plus 2 minus 2 u0. That is also equal to 1. So it comes out to be 1 only. Okay, simple property. Next one, simple property. The value of integration is Yes, the answer is 1. Correct, Ashok. The value of integration is, find out the value of integration here. Find out the value of integration. Again, we have to use few properties of impulse signal. Again, we have to use few properties of an impulse signal. Okay, solve it. Few properties of impulse signal we have to use here. Which property you can use here? First of all, impulse signal property del AT. What is del AT? You can write down 1 by A del T by A. This is a property of impulse signal. Yes or no? This is a property of impulse signal. Next, we have one more property, that x t del t minus A is equal to x A. This is also the property we have. This is also the property we have. Yes or no? Tell me. This is the first property you know. This is the second property you know. That if you multiply two signals, then impulse will be like this. Okay. Third property that we can use here, xt del dash t. Xt del dash t. How you can use this property? Tell me how you can use this property. This is actually differentiation. This is actually a differentiation. Ki xt d del t xt. How you will do the, how you can solve this question? Tell me how you can solve this differentiation property. Do you know? Tell me. Differentiation property, you know, xt d del by dt is equal to minus xt, sorry, it is equal to minus dxt by dt. This is the property we can use. This is the property we can use. So use all of this property. Try to find out the answer. The value is minus 4 is absolutely correct. Find out all the answer. The value of minus 4 is absolutely correct. But try to solve this question by yourself also. Try to solve this question by yourself also. Any doubt in these properties? These properties are very, very important, beta. Impulse function, you can get one question from an impulse either for 1 mark or 2 mark in electrical and EC. So either they can give you direct property or a simpler property. For example, here what you can do, you can take 2 outside the fraction or outside the integration, and then you can use this property. Here you can have 8 cos pi t del dash t minus 0.5. So again you can use this property here. Okay, should I solve this question here? Should I solve this question here, or you can solve it by yourself? Should I solve this question here, or you can solve it by yourself? Tell me. You know? Next one. Now, before going further, we have already launched our mega mock test, bacho. The mega mock test has already been launched, in which we are providing you the test based on a different subject for all the stream we have. Also, in this test, we have given you the syllabus and also the paper pattern. So if you haven't registered for this test, so register for it kindly, and also solve all the tests. This will help to boost up your confidence. Also, guys, you can attempt this test from 11 November to 17 November. Also, the date has been gone, but you can attempt this test also. So don't forget to attempt the test. Next one. Next one. Solve this question. Acha question hai. If Laplace transform of xt is xs, this is xs, capital Xs, then find x0. The Laplace transform of xt is xs, then find x0. It is a 2-mark question. It is a 2-mark question. So xs, then find, again, properties. Laplace properties are very important. Very important. Not only for the signal system, you use the Laplace in different subjects also, like power electronics, like you use in a network theory, and the control system we use it. So Laplace properties are very, very important for your exam. So if Laplace transform of xt is xs, then find x0. Think about it, how you can solve this question. If you got any doubt, you can ask. If you got any doubt, you can ask. If you got any doubt, bachcho, you can ask. Okay, let's solve it. Let's solve it. So we have given xs is equal to minus infinity to s 2 divided by s square plus 1 ds. Now what can I do? I know the differentiation property of the impulse signal. We know, Laplace transform. We know the differentiation property of Laplace transform. What we can do? dxs by ds. If I differentiate this particular signal, the integration part will remove. The integration part will remove. We will left with 2 divided by s square plus 1. Now remember one point. Remember one point. In a time domain, if a t multiply by a signal xt, then it will give the Laplace transform of minus dxs by ds. Yes or no? This is the property of Laplace transform. If a t multiply with a signal, then it will give you the Laplace form of minus dxs by ds. Yes or no? I can also write down minus txt. Minus txt will give me the Laplace of dxs by ds. What I have done, just shifted the minus sign. Just shifted the minus sign. Now I have dxs by s is 2 divided by s square plus 1. Matlab minus txt has a Laplace transform of 2 divided by s square plus 1. 2 divided by s square plus 1. It means what will be the minus txt? Minus txt will be equal to inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform of 2s square plus 1. Yes or no? Step by step we are solving. Step by step we are solving. Now what is 2 divided by s square plus 1? What is the inverse Laplace of 2 divided by s square plus 1? It is equal to sine t. Yes or no? Why? Laplace of sine at. Laplace of sine at is equal to a divided by s square plus a square. So it will be 2 times of sine t. Yes or no? Wait a sec. Okay, 2 divided by. Now what will happen? What is xt? Xt comes out to be minus 2 sine t by t. Or do one thing, also ut. We have to put ut also. Ut. Yes or no? This will be the xt. Any doubt till here? This will be the xt. Now we have to find out x0. We have to find out x0. So x0 will be limit t tends to 0 sine t by t ut. Sine t by t ut. Yes or no? Why we have put a limit here? Because if you directly put t equal to 0, it comes out to be a non-defined function. If you directly put t equal to 0, it comes out to be sine 0 by 0, which is a not defined. So we have to take a limit. So it comes out to be minus 2 u0. Okay. Now the question for you, or what is the limit? What is the limit of sine t by t? The limit of sine t by t is 1. Now the question for you, what is limit t tends to 0 ut? Tell me, what is limit t tends to 0 ut? Think about it. Limit. See, there is a difference here. There is a difference here. One point you need to note here. When you talk about u0, you can take 1. No problem. When you talk about u0, you can take 1. But when you talk about limit t tends to 0, limit t tends to 0, the value comes out to be 1 by 2. Do you remember the Gibbs formula? Do you remember the Gibbs phenomena? Gibbs phenomena tells you that at t equal to 0, you got the average of a signal. You got the average of a signal. That's why here we got the average of a signal. There's a difference, and this point you need to note, bachcho. This point you need to note. About engineer, the answer is minus 1, not 1. Minus 1, na? Because we have a minus 2 here. Minus sign. Don't forget minus sign. Remember this point. This is important. u0 is 1, but limit t tends to 0 ut is 1 by 2 according to the Gibbs phenomena. Next question. Open loop transfer function of the system is given. Find the angle of departure at s equal to minus 1 plus 2j. Angle of departure at s equal to minus 1 plus 2j. Okay, think about it. Control system question. Control system question. I hope this is an easier question, formula based, but you need to remember the formula correctly. You need to remember the formula correctly. What is the formula of angle of departure? What is the formula of angle of departure? It is equal to 180 degree plus summation of phi 0 minus summation of phi pole. This is the formula, yes or no? This is the formula, right? Try to solve it. Yeah, try to solve it. Now, one thing I want to discuss about this session, bacho. In this session, we are solving questions. We are not understanding the concept from the sketch. So, if you ask me, sir, ये formula कहाँ से आया? तो बेटा, that is actually the topic from the conceptual classes. So, right now we are discussing a question. That's why the lecture is mock test. We are not discussing any concept right now. So, try to solve this angle of departure. Angle of departure. So, first of all, you need to find out the poles and the zeros here. Poles and the zeros here. So s square plus 2s plus 5 equal to 0. From here, s comes out to be minus 1 plus minus 2j. These are actually poles. These are actually poles. Yes or no? These are actually poles. Now for zeros, what you have to do? S square plus 4s plus 5 equal to 0. So from here, it comes out to be how much? I have to use a calculator. From here, if I use the calculator, it comes out to be minus 2 plus minus j. It comes out to be minus 2 plus minus j. These are zeros. Okay? Any doubt till here? Any doubt till here? We have to find out poles and zeros. Then we have to draw the pole zero diagram. Let's draw the pole zero diagram. Let's draw the pole zero diagram. So what we have? Minus 1 plus 2j and minus 1 minus 2j. Okay. So again minus 1. Okay. This is a minus 1 here. This is, I get 2j. This is minus 2j. So here we have a pole and here we have a pole. Here we have a pole. Yes or no? This is a pole. Now let's talk about zeros. Let's talk about zeros. It is minus 2 plus minus j. Okay, so minus 2 will be here and j on minus j. So we have a zeros here. It is first zero. It is the first zero. And we have a second zero like this. This is the second zero. I need to find out angle of departure at s equal to minus 1 plus 2j. Which means respect to this, I need to find out the angle of departure. Respect to this, I need to find out the angle of departure. So first I need to find out this angle. First I need to find out this angle. Also we need to find out this angle. Also we need to find out this angle. And finally this angle we need to find out. So these two will be the angle of zeros. Phi z1. This is theta z2. This is theta p. So let's tell me what is theta z1. One by one. Tell me what is theta z1. One by one, tell me what is theta z1. Theta p is easy. For the pole, it is easy. It is 90 degree, no problem. Theta z1, what is the angle here? You can see the width. It is tan inverse 1 by 1 theta z1 comes out to be 45 degree. What is theta z2? So it is tan inverse 2 plus 1 3 divided by 1. So tan inverse 3. It is tan inverse 3. Okay, for tan inverse 3, I have to use calculator. And tan inverse 3, it comes out to be 71.57. 71.57 degree. Okay, so we have all three angles. Now I can put this into this formula. We have all three angles. We can put in this formula. 180 degree plus summation of zeros angle, which is equal to 45 and 71.57. 45 plus 71.57 minus 90. This will be the answer. Yes or no? So it comes out to be 206.56. 206.56 degree. So it comes out to be 206.56 degree. Yes or no? 206.56 degree. So this is the answer. This is the answer. ओके देखो इजी क्वेश्चन है, इजी क्वेश्चन है. बस क्या करना है आपको, फॉर्मूला तो ये फॉर्मूला तो आपको याद करना पड़ेगा. ये फॉर्मूला तो आपको याद करना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि अशोक ने बोला 206 बाकी 2 ही बच्चे आंसर दे रहे हैं, बीच में बच्चे आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं, तो बच्चों जो आंसर नहीं दे रहे हैं अगर आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो पूछ लो एक बार, ठीक है, बिकॉज ये फॉर्मूला तो आपको याद करना पड़ेगा, एंगल ऑफ डिपार्चर, एंगल ऑफ अराइवल, इसके ऊपर आपके क्वेश्चन आ जाते हैं और ये 1 मार्क क्वेश्चन है, ऐसा नहीं 2 मार्क क्वेश्चन में आ गया, कैलकुलेशन ज्यादा है बट इट्स 1 मार्क क्वेश्चन। नेक्स्ट, नाउ दिस इज योर 2 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन। Complex conjugate root of characteristic equation for this lies on which curve? Straight line, parabola, ellipse, or circles? Now try to solve this one. Try to solve this one. How you can solve this one? 26.57. What is 26.57? It is 206, no? 206.56 आएगा ना? We can neglect the 180 degree. Why you will neglect the 180 degree? Why you will neglect the 180 degree? By using what? By using sin. For negative sign, by using negative sign. नहीं बेटा, that is not a 180 degree is important there. That's the based on the formula. Otherwise, you are getting a wrong answer. You can see 26.57 is a wrong answer. You know, if you know, if you see the derivation of it, you will understand that 180 degree is important. Option C, circles. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct, Ashok. Absolutely correct. Circle is the right answer. So easy question hai. You have to draw the root locus of this. You have to draw the root locus of this, because whenever you need to find out that where does the conjugate roots lies, you have to draw the root locus, and the shape of a root locus in this question comes out to be circle. So एक बार try करो. Try to draw the root locus of it. Try to draw the root locus of it. Charming world said circle. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Okay, so you can do this in your homework. You can do this in your homework. You just have to draw the root locus here. Next question. Next question. It's a good one. It's a 2 mark question. It's a 2 mark question. So we have given a closed loop frequency response curve versus frequency for a second order prototype system. Find the damping factor and natural frequency. Find the damping factor and the natural frequency. So try to solve this question. Numerical based, but it's a good question. This type of question has been come in 2 years back in a sample paper that IIT released. This type of a question. The damping factor and a natural frequency. Tell me what is this value tells you. Tell me what does this value tells you. 1.6. What does this value tells you? 1.6. Peak value, correct. So what is the formula of peak value? 1 by 2 zeta under root 1 minus zeta square. The formula is 1 by 2 zeta under root 1 minus zeta square. This is the formula, right? Now peak value given is 1.6. It is equal to 1 by 2 zeta under root 1 minus zeta square. Now zeta square is nothing but a damping factor. So if I square both sides, it comes out to be 2.56 divided by 1 by 4 zeta square, 1 by 4 zeta square under root 1 minus zeta square. Yes or no? Okay. So it will be 4 times of zeta square minus 4 times of zeta 4 minus 1 upon 2.56. Minus 1 upon 2.56. Or finally, if I simplify this, 4 times of zeta 4 minus 4 times of zeta square plus 1 upon 2.56. This is the particular equation we got. Let me check. 4 zeta square minus 4 zeta 4. हाँ, this is the particular equation we get, है ना? Now I can use the calculator and solve this equation. How you can solve this equation? Tell me. How you can solve this equation? How you can solve this equation, guys? Tell me. Achha, if my voice is audible? If my voice is audible? Is my voice is audible? So zeta comes out to be 0.94, zeta comes out to be 0.94 and 0.33. Zeta comes out to be 0.94 and 0.33. Tell me, guys, if my voice is audible? Okay. So zeta comes out to be 0.94, 0.33. Which value of zeta we will select here? Which value of zeta we will select here? Which value of zeta we will select here? Always remember for नहीं आप लोग बताओ पहले, आप लोग एक बार सोचिए बताओ, which value of zeta we will select here? 0.94 or 0.33? Why Ashok? Why not 0.94? Why not 0.94? Why not 0.94? Critically damped. Critically damped. Absolutely correct. For omega r to exist, the zeta must be less than 1 by root 2. So it is 0.33. So zeta 0.33 is the right answer. Zeta 0.33 is the right answer, and also the particular point of critically damp. It is also correct. Now we also need to find out a natural frequency. We already know omega r is equal to omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. What is the resonance frequency here? It is 4. So it will be omega n will be how much? 4 divided by under root 1 minus 0.33 whole square. 0.33 whole square. Let me use the calculator. How much we will get? Achha, small change, 1 by 2 zeta whole square. This is the formula, no? So how much we are getting? We are getting around 4.5, I guess. 4.5 we are getting, na? Radian per second. Check the calculation once. We are getting 4.5 around. Right? Take my calculation, check kar lo. So omega n comes out to be 4 under root 1 minus 2 zeta square. Okay. So simple. It is a formula based question. But why it is important? Because they have given you graph. From the graph you have to pick the data. Now before going further, let me tell you guys that we are going, this is our app. I hope you have downloaded the app. If not, you can download our app from the Play Store. In this, we are providing you the free classes on a daily basis from the next week. The free classes from myself is also going to start from there. So you can attend those classes. You can study well. Also, there is an option of leaderboard where you can compete with your fellow aspirants and see where you stand at the time of quizzes, at the time of test. Using anyone on chat. Try करो, इसका आंसर बताओ. Meanwhile, I can read this. Anyone chat, tell me how you calculate the value of roots of equation using which calculator? Using gate calculator. Achha, using gate calculator. Think about it, how you can solve it. Using a gate calculator. But if that type of calculation will come in your gate exam, if that type of calculation come, okay, Ashok is right, that is not possible. Either you have to use the hit and trial method, है ना? But if that type of calculation will come, they will be the option based. They will give you the options also. In the last question, there was no options. They will provide you the options. Then you have to check it by putting the options. But they are not going to provide you this type of calculation in which you have to find out the, you have to solve the equation. Either the calculation will be simple, or I can say equation will be simple. So that equation you cannot solve using a gate calculator. या तो इक्वेशन को सिंपल होना पड़ेगा, या फिर आप ऑप्शन से लेकर जा सकते हो, या फिर चलो बाय चांस मान लो आपका न्यूमेरिकल टाइप आ ही गया, तब तो फिर आपको क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्मूला यूज करना पड़ेगा, है ना? क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्मूला पता है, तब तो आपको क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्मूला यूज करना ही पड़ेगा. बट अब आप देखोगे गेट एग्जाम में कैलकुलेशन इतनी ज्यादा लेंदी नहीं होती है, बिकॉज दे आर वांट टू सी योर कॉन्सेप्ट एंड वेदर यू कैन अप्लाई द कॉन्सेप्ट और नॉट. सो दैट्स वाई कैलकुलेशन इतनी ज्यादा मुश्किल नहीं होती है गेट एग्जाम में. अब मैं कह रहा हूं आफ्टर 2016, पहले होती थी. ओके, सो कैलकुलेशन के लिए प्रैक्टिस करो, बट चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इसका आंसर बताओ. सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, 1 मार्क. चूज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. विच वन इज मोर स्टेबल? विच वन इज मोर स्टेबल? बी, ए और बी, और बोथ स्टेबिलिटी इज सेम. ऑप्शन ए कह रहे हो अबाउट इंजीनियर्स, या ये कह रहे हो कि ए सिस्टम इज मोर स्टेबल? चूज द ऑप्शन हियर. चूज द ऑप्शन हियर. चूज द ऑप्शन हियर. ए बी सी डी. चूज द ऑप्शन हियर. Choose the options here. A, B, C, D. Okay, Tripty D. Option A. Option A. B is more stable. Why? Reasons. Reason though. Why? Why? अच्छा, पहले ये बताओ मुझे. पहले ये बताओ. गेन मार्जिन मैं पूछना चाह रहा हूं. गेन मार्जिन A का, गेन मार्जिन B का. तो यहां पर बीच में क्या साइन लगाऊं? इक्वल टू का, लेस देन का, ग्रेटर देन का. तो इनके बीच में क्या साइन लगाऊं? गेन मार्जिन में. गेन मार्जिन में क्या साइन लगाऊं? इक्वल टू का, लेस देन का, या ग्रेटर देन का? गेन मार्जिन के लिए. बिकॉज अगर आपको स्टेबिलिटी चेक करनी है, आपके पास एक तो गेन मार्जिन है और एक तो फेस मार्जिन है. तो गेन मार्जिन के लिए बताओ कौन सा साइन लगेगा? ए और बी का आपको यहां पर प्लॉट दिया हुआ है. ए और बी के यहां पर प्लॉट दिया हुआ है. गेन मार्जिन किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है बच्चों? गेन मार्जिन डिपेंड करता है डिस्टेंस ऑफ -1 फ्रॉम द इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट. डिस्टेंस ऑफ -1 फ्रॉम द इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट. हियर यू कैन सी फॉर बोथ द सिस्टम, ये जो डिस्टेंस है ना सेम है. जो आपका -1 है और जो इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट है आपका एक्स एक्सिस पे, तो दोनों सेम है. तो दोनों का गेन मार्जिन सेम होगा. दोनों का गेन मार्जिन सेम होने वाला है. दैट्स वाई हम गेन मार्जिन के ऊपर स्टेबिलिटी नहीं बता सकते. नाउ चेक फॉर द फेस मार्जिन. नाउ चेक फॉर द फेस मार्जिन. किसका फेस मार्जिन ज्यादा है? बिकॉज गेन मार्जिन तो सेम हो गया, तो बचा क्या आपके पास? जब गेन मार्जिन सेम हो गया तो बचा क्या? फेस मार्जिन बचा आपके पास. फेस मार्जिन बचा. तो गेन मार्जिन सेम हो ही गया. तो किसका फेस मार्जिन ज्यादा है? टेल मी. बेटा मार्जिनली स्टेबल कैसे हो सकते हैं? मार्जिनली स्टेबल तब होते हैं जब -1 से क्रॉस करे, जब आपका कर्व जो है ना -1 पे इंटरसेक्ट करे, तो मार्जिनली स्टेबल होंगे नहीं. तो मुझे बताओ इन दोनों के बीच में साइन क्या लगेगा? देखो, फेस मार्जिन डिपेंड करता है आपका जो एक्स एक्सिस है उस पे एंगल कितना बन रहा है. आप देखो आपका बी के केस में एंगल कम बन रहा है, लेकिन ए के केस में आपका एंगल ज्यादा बन रहा है. ए के केस में एंगल ज्यादा बन रहा है. तो फेस मार्जिन ऑफ ए इज मोर देन द फेस मार्जिन ऑफ बी, एंड हेंस ए इज मोर स्टेबल. एंड हेंस ए इज मोर स्टेबल. आपको एंगल देखना पड़ता है किसके हिसाब से एंगल बन रहा है. मार्जिनली स्टेबल तब होगा जब -1 से क्रॉस करेगा, टच करेगा. -1 को टच करेगा ही नहीं. ठीक है, सेम होगी नहीं. सेम होने के लिए इनका कर्व सेम होना चाहिए था. ठीक है, तो आंसर क्या बचा? ए इज मोर स्टेबल. ठीक है, तो अशोक ने 2-3 बार क्वेश्चन चेंज कर लिया. अशोक ने 2-3 बार आंसर चेंज कर लिया. ठीक है, चलो बताओ इसका आंसर क्या होगा? कंसीडर द मैकेनिकल सिस्टम गिवन बिलो. If the system is set into motion by unit impulse force that you can see, then the frequency of resulting oscillation is. Frequency of resulting oscillations is. Try to solve this question. अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. The next class will be on Monday. Okay, the next class will be on Monday on the same timing 3 p.m. 1. The answer will not be in a 1. Let me give you options. If I remember, under root m by k, under root 2m by k, c, under root k by m, d, under root 2k by m. Option can be wrong, but answer will comes in k and m. Option can be wrong, but the answer will come in k and m. So think about it. A, B, C, D. Yeah, I guess options are correct. There's no problem. So choose from these options A, B, C, D. Ashok, how you are getting 1? For the 1, there should be some numerical value. Na? There's no numerical value here. Think about it, how you can solve this question. First, you need to convert this mechanical system into electrical system. First, you need to convert the mechanical system, not electrical system, but you have to represent it into a circuit. You have to represent this into a circuit. No need to convert into inductor or capacitor. You need to represent this into a circuit. How you can do that? Do you know? See very carefully. You have a signal delta t. You have a signal here delta t. You have a single node xt. You have a single node xt. From there, the mass is connected. Mass is always connected in parallel. Always remember. Mass is always connected in parallel, and then you have a spring K. Then you have a spring K. So always remember, mass is connected in parallel. Always remember. Okay? So from here, now what is the, can you find out, can you apply the equation here, electrical equation here? Can you write down del T is equal to m d square x by dt square plus kx? Yes or no? Can you write down this equation? Yes or no? Del T is equal to m d square x by dt square plus kx. Can I write down this equation? Simple equation hai, because it is a in the form of current. You can note here. In the form of current, you can note here. Understood? If you don't understand this concept, no worries. गेट एग्जाम के लिए इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है ये वाला क्वेश्चन, बट हाँ अगर सरप्राइजिंग पेपर बनाना होगा तो आ सकता है, बिकॉज इसके लिए आपको पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट समझना पड़ेगा कि किस तरीके से आपका स्प्रिंग के साथ और नोड का रिलेशन होता है, किस तरीके से मास का और नोड का रिलेशन होता है. ठीक है, अगर नहीं पता कॉन्सेप्ट जरूरी नहीं है, एग्जाम से कुछ दिन पहले देख लेना. सो यहाँ पर हम क्या कर सकते हैं, लैप्लास लगा सकते हैं. वी कैन अप्लाई द लैप्लास हियर. इफ आई अप्लाई द लैप्लास हियर, इट विल बी 1 s square m plus k xs. This is the Laplace here. From here, xs comes out to be 1 divided by s square m plus k. From here, xs comes out to be 1 divided by m equal to s square plus k by m. S square plus k by m. It will be like this. It will be like this. Now you can directly find out the oscillation from here. You can directly find out the frequency of oscillation from here. The answer is option C. The answer is option C. But if you want, you can take the inverse Laplace also. If you take the inverse Laplace here to find out xt, it will be equal to 1 by m multiplied by sine omega t under root k by m under root k by mt omega t multiplied by under root m by k. This is the Laplace inverse. This is the Laplace inverse of this particular signal. So you can see the frequency of oscillation is under root k by m. Is under root k by m. So option C is the right answer. Option C is the right answer. Got it? Yes or no? Now tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. You have seen the yesterday's lecture also. You have seen today's lecture. Today's lecture you can also see. Do you want the questions to be more difficult in the next class, or you want the same level? Tell me, because the questions are mixed right now. If you see, this question is little bit difficult. Earlier one was a conceptual question. So you want the mixed question, or you want a difficult question in the next class? That's my question. But all the questions are gate level. All the questions are gate level. But I have bring the mixed question, like 1 mark question, 2 mark question, 1 mark question and 2 mark question, like this. Okay, if you want difficult question, then all the questions will be of 2 marks. Next question. Next, try to solve this question. 2 marks question. Okay, cover more topics means in chapter wise you are saying or subject wise you are saying about engineers. Try to cover all the topics. बेटा फिर वो mock test कैसे हो जाएगा? If I cover all the topics, then means if you also say if you cover all the major topics, then only there will be a 1 subject question from, you know. तो all the topics जो cover नहीं हो पाएंगे, लेकिन हाँ जो important topics है उसके अलावा, जैसे for example मंडे को if I am not wrong तो नेटवर्क और सिग्नल इनका कॉम्बो बनाया हुआ है, नेटवर्क और सिग्नल का. तो वहां पे अब नेटवर्क के आपके एसी के क्वेश्चन में लेकर आऊंगा. ठीक है, इस तरीके से. Now try to solve this question. A negative feedback system has an open loop transfer function given by this. The maximum value of k for the closed loop system to be stable. तो बताओ closed loop system को stable बनाना है तो किस तरीके से बना सकते हैं? Closed loop system को, तो ऐसा करो, इस क्वेश्चन को होमवर्क ले लो, बिकॉज हमारा टाइम भी हो गया, नेक्स्ट क्लास भी होनी है अभी. तो इस क्वेश्चन को होमवर्क ले लो. इसका आंसर मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में देना. द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज दिस वन. द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हियर इज दिस एक्सपोनेंशियल वर्क. दिस इज द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हियर. ठीक है, तो इसका आंसर मुझे होमवर्क में देना. कमेंट सेक्शन में आंसर दे देना. जिसका आंसर सही होगा मैं वहां पे आपको हर्ट दे दूंगा, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि आपका आंसर सही है. प्लस ये भी क्वेश्चन अच्छा है, इसको भी आप होमवर्क में ले सकते हो. ये भी क्वेश्चन अच्छा है. आपको इसके अंदर रीजन ऑफ कन्वर्जेंस निकालना है. आरओसी के लिए मैं आपको बता दूं बच्चा, आरओसी के लिए बेटा कमेंट सेक्शन में वहां पे आंसर दो ना. वहां पे आंसर दोगे वहीं पर मैं आपको बता दूंगा क्या आंसर है लास्ट क्लास का. ठीक है, तो एक और बात बेटा, आरओसी के क्वेश्चन कर लेना. आरओसी के क्वेश्चन आने के चांसेस है, काफी टाइम से आए नहीं है आरओसी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन, तो चांसेस है कि नेक्स्ट एग्जाम में आ जाए. तो इसलिए जो रीजन ऑफ कन्वर्जेंस के क्वेश्चन है कैसे निकालते हो वो सब आप देख लेना एग्जाम में जाने से पहले. ठीक है, बाकी कुछ क्वेश्चन करेंगे तब वो पता चल जाएगा. So we will end our class here, guys. So before ending our class, let me tell you that we have already launched the crash course. So if you haven't joined this crash course, you can join it, where you can get a live classes, recorded lectures, study material, practice quiz and mock test. Okay. So you can do a lot of practice in this particular course with all our faculties. So I hope you can join and enroll in this particular courses. So bye guys. Take care. See you on Monday at same time 3 p.m. with lot more questions.